Hi, I am Irina, a local realtor in Hawaii. Welcome back to my Hawaii Home Loan Guide. If you still have a mortgage on your home, you may be wondering if someone can assume your loan and what happens to the mortgage if something happens to you.
You can assume loans, government loans like a FHA, VA, or USDA loan. They can be assumed.
Okay.
I've probably seen three in my career. It's really rare. And the reason is one, it's really hard to get through the process. You use 3 months, 6 months, it can be a long time. And if you're a veteran and you're having somebody assume your VA loan, you've just reduced your eligibility to go buy another property. So there's not a lot of motivation to have somebody assume a loan. In addition, the buyer has to come up with the difference between the loan balance and the sales price. So sometimes that's a big amount. I've only seen a handful in 20 some years of loan assumption. Now, the only exception to that is, let's say I'm a parent and I'm going to sell my property to my children, one of my children.
Mhm.
I'll just have them continue making the payment on that loan and then arrange the difference between me and them on some seller financing piece. Maybe I've got a really good loan and we don't want to lose a 3% mortgage rate, and my children could benefit from that. Or maybe it's a friend that you want to help with.
Uh-huh.
So in that case, I would stay on the title myself, have a purchase agreement, and that states that the buyer is going to go ahead and continue making payments,
Okay.
and we'll keep the loan in place. That's always an option, but that's really not an assumption. That's just a contract between a buyer and a seller. Yeah.
What happens to the mortgage if something happens to you?
My parent passed away and I inherit the house. That mortgage stays in place for as long as I make payments. So as long as I don't stop making a payment, let's say they've got a really good loan, we could continue making payment on that loan uh, until it pays off. So the on a regular mortgage, it doesn't accelerate because you pass. So it becomes part of your estate. If they had a reverse mortgage, that mortgage ends and you got to pay it off some way. That you sell the home or get a new mortgage. And then the estate has to decide what to do. Maybe they're going to sell that property and it gets paid off anyway, or maybe the family is just going to continue making the payments. And we see that all the time.
If these brought up questions, leave them in the comments or reach out. I'd be happy to help. Next up, can't pay your mortgage? You have options.